Scene, Impulse, take 1.
Mark it.
Hey, I'm Impulse Kuntrol and I use any pronouns.
Hi, my name is Dakota Howard. I go by they, them, and out of drag, I go by Daniel. Hi there, I'm Flynn V. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a drag artist from Perth.
Hello, my name is Justin Sider. My pronouns are he, him. And when I'm not wearing this lovely beard, my friends call me Hannah, and my pronouns are they, them.
My name is Serenity von Varda. My pronouns are she, her. Out of drag, they are they, them. And I have been doing drag for just over 3 years.
I've been doing drag for about a bit over a year now.
Well, I first tried it out back in 2019.
When I first started drag, I was actually still in a relationship with my ex-fiance. And he was, funnily enough, very supportive of me dressing up as a girl.
So the first time I did drag was just before I got top surgery, so I got a double mastectomy, and it was really fun, but I had to take a big break while I recovered, and now I've been doing it sort of non-stop since then.
I started doing it more full-time last September. It started to become my main focus and my main priority, and I haven't stopped since. I'm still going.
My friends love my drag. I've been really lucky to have such a supportive group of people around me from the beginning.
I mean, they love the free drinks, so it works out.
My friends love it. My friends love what I do. They're very supportive. I have a lot of friends that also do this same type of thing in my community. Well, when I started, I tried to make it a secret thing because I thought it would just be something outside of my personal life, but eventually it caught wind that I was doing it and everyone was really supportive and really excited to see what I'd do.
I've had people help me with my costumes, I've had people teach me elements of makeup, and not only my friends out of drag, but also my friends in drag. Like, I'm surrounded by a vibrant and diverse community of drag performers that I feel very grateful to be able to call my friends.
So I am always supported by them, which is great to have the friends support what I do.
When I started doing drag, my family were a bit more iffy about it. It's a little more confusing, just in general, to people who aren't in the community, I guess.
I told my sister first, only because I knew that she would be the most understanding about it.
She doesn't mind, but she also doesn't get it.
You know, as an AFAB person as well, they kind of see it more as a costume, but you know, they've come around. It just takes a while to explain it, I guess. And AFAB is just someone who was assigned female at birth.
My family thought it was great. I mean, my mum comes to a lot of my gigs. She's seen pretty much everything I've done.
It wasn't until Fringe this year that they saw me perform doing this for the first time, and I got a really good response from them. They really enjoyed it. They loved seeing me be so creative and so engaging with the audience, and also they loved how the crowd reacted when I came onto stage. It was a really cool experience, and they still support me, still come to my shows. It's great, yeah.
One of my favourite memories of my mum being supportive of my drag was she was like, because my sister used to work as a skimpy, and so mum came to us one day and was like, both my children get paid to take their clothes off. Like, what did I do? And I was like, Mum, all the right things.
My favourite drag moment would probably be...
That's really hard. There's been so many amazing moments in my drag, both as an audience member and as a performer.
Where I had a sock puppet and I sewed us matching outfits with matching reveals, so took it off and we're still the same.
Yeah, I think the best moment is yet to come, because who knows what I could be doing in, let's say, 6 months or a year. When I built up a lot of courage after Fringe this year, and I decided to go to Adelaide Fringe. I didn't know what to expect. It was such a big world of these incredible performers from all over Australia.
My proudest moment in drag, I should call it, would be producing my own event called Live Work Pose, which was based off of the hit FX show Pose.
put together an original musical. So I wrote a solo show called Justin Cider is Dickless, which is a very silly trans allegory in which Justin wakes up one day and discovers his penis is missing.
We had come together to raise over $7,000, which went all straight towards Indigenous charities. And honestly, it's my most favorite thing I've ever done in drag. Bringing together both the Perth drag community and the burlesque community together really meant so much to me and to everyone who was performing that night as well, yeah.
But the other moment that was pretty amazing was when I won Crown of the Court, or as it was called at the time, Queen of the Court, which was totally unexpected. I jumped into the competition to make some friends and learn something new, and ended up coming out of it with a crown. And I was the first king to ever win it, so that was pretty amazing. Yeah, it's definitely a highlight.
Oh God, do I have many fans?
I don't know if I have many fans. I think I have people that support me and that like coming out to see my shows.
I'm honestly not the type of person to even think about it, to even think about fans, but at the same time, I know that I'm a little bit popular, I would say.
I have a relatively decent following on social media, which I'm very grateful for, because social media is a really cool opportunity and it just makes people take you seriously.
Oh, I have so many fans. I'm like really popular. You should follow me on Instagram. It's at Impulse Kuntrol, but with a K, because I can't say that word.
I don't know if I necessarily have fans. I have people that support me and come to see my gigs regularly and tell me I'm doing good work. I think my favourite moments are the people that tell me that seeing their body represented on stage as a trans person means a lot to them. So I don't know if I call them fans, but just fellow queers.
Oh God, the general public reacting to me in drag is very interesting.
I actually got a compliment on the way in, just walking down the alleyway. Dude was like, hey, cool outfit. So I feel very good about it right now.
I thought I was going to be kind of stared at and gawked at.
Sometimes I'll fully scare drivers off, which is always a fucking delight.
The challenging one is usually drivers.
I would like to say I always feel safe leaving the house in drag, and quite often I am. You know, some drivers are great with it. Others will see that you're outside and then cancel the ride and drive away. That's happened a couple times now.
It's an interesting reaction, and it's a mixed reaction that I get from people when I walk out on the street.
But today I realized that I think it's almost seen as normal and nobody really like glared at me or made judgments about me.
And a lot of the time you just get stares, especially from like young children, because you look so sparkly and exciting.
A lot of the time I'll be in full face, wig on, but then just like a tracksuit just to keep comfortable before the gig, and people are stunned.
I recently had a driver ask me if I was a man or a woman, and I said, anything you want me to be, and they were like, man, and I was like, okay.
During fringe time, it's seen as a bit more relaxed because it's like fringe artists everywhere, everyone's kind of dressed up, and it's the whole of Northbridge has kind of gone into this artist mode. But like at 3 a.m. on a Saturday night in like the back of the car park from Connections, that's when you get the odd looks or like the feeling of not feeling so safe.
At the same time, they're not part of my world. I'm not part of theirs. I'm simply just a really pretty bitch walking past.
Yeah, I mean, safety in drag is obviously really important because, like, never mind my own physical safety, but I often want to protect my clothes because they're quite expensive, and anyone around me as well.
I definitely do feel safe, especially in the suburb I live in, living in drag.
Even though safety still is a concern whenever I go out, I'm kind of confident or certain that I'm not gonna be in danger.
It's a bit of a hit or a miss sometimes. There's definitely moments where you do feel unsafe on the streets. I have had people physically threaten me and try stuff just because I have weird makeup on. Other times you get really lovely compliments and get to explain stuff, so it really is a bit of a mixed bag.
Mind you, leaving at the end of the night is a very different story.
And then I have to like walk up the street looking how I look. I don't necessarily feel safe.
It's never the safest to be a drag queen leaving a club in the middle of Northbridge, especially in like the mere hours of 2 to 5 a.m., which we normally get to clock off.
I haven't really had any overly negative experiences in drag, but yeah, leaving the club or leaving a gig late at night with drunk people on the street can be a little scary sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Drag is, unfortunately, as much as it is fun and a part of the nightlife scene and an art form, it does put us in danger, especially at nighttime. It could be homophobia, it could be transphobia, it could be, honestly, people who are just drunk and don't understand and are just looking for a fight at the end of the day.
There are definitely some not great things that happen when you're in drag, but I think it more than makes up for it once you're in the venue.
I think as the biggest misconception about drag is that we want to be like that all day and every day.
I think the biggest misconception with drag is that it isn't just purely boys dressing up as girls or even girls dressing up as dudes. It very much varies, and it's just another way to express yourself. It doesn't have to be inclined towards any gender.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions of drag is that it's just for cis gay men.
But I don't think people realise that this can be a career and this can be like a proper job.
Gender is who you feel you are, and drag is an art form where you kind of express yourself and express the kind of character you want to be.
Some of the most talented and show-stopping incredible performers are trans or non-binary or AFAB women.
Is it for just gay or queer people? I say absolutely not.
Drag can be for anyone, no matter who you are, no matter what your ability is, no matter what you're, if you're a person of colour, if you're like whoever you are, drag can be yours and it can be anything you want.
I don't think drag has ever been specifically for queer or gay people in itself. I think even from the history of it, it was quite a lot of straight men, and even nowadays we do have some cisgendered and heterosexual people on the scene, which I think is great. It really lets it be more in the eye of the public, I think, letting people who may not be what you'd expect to do these sorts of performances, lets it become more normalised and more mainstreamed, which I think is really wonderful.
There's this talented burlesque performer that I've gotten to share stages with over the past year, and she likes men. She's not interested in women, she's not queer, she's plain old straight, and that's not a bad thing. Drag is an art form, and I think art is for everyone.
I think it's really good as an outlet for me. There's a lot of things that Kira wouldn't be able to get away with doing off and on of stage, honestly. There's a lot of it's a great way for me to be able to wear what I want, be who I want, and let people know who I am.
When I first started, I really tossed up the idea that I was a trans woman at the end of the day. And the more I did drag, the more I didn't want to take the makeup off at the end of the day, because I felt so confident and so beautiful, and like drag was my armor. Slowly realizing that wasn't the case, and that at the end of the day, as much as it is my art form, it is also a job, and I do need to rest and relax. And the more I started to embrace actually taking off the makeup, I realized that I wasn't actually a woman, I was more non-binary. So drag has really helped refine my Google search terms when it comes to my own gender.
If you're considering trying drag, well, I'd say be patient.
If you've been considering starting drag and trying it out, even just at an open mic night near you, I would highly recommend it. I think it's such a wonderful thing, even just to see once if it's something that would suit you. Just don't be a dick backstage, that's all we really care about.
I know that I've gotten questions about that, like, where do I start? I don't feel like I can do this because I'm not going to make up selling performance. But it's just like, those things are things that come with time. And it's like any creative skill, practice makes perfect.
For anyone actually considering drag, I'd say you have to remember that drag is a political statement. You're coming into the space of queer people. You're coming into the space of people who are at the fringes, who are unfortunately not conventional enough for society, and this is their way of expressing themselves.
The biggest step is just doing it. Just like sign up for Cherry Bomb or go to the court on Drag Factory and sign up, or go to Pop at Connections and just hand in your USB and just get the first performance done. And then after that, you can think about like, okay, how can I improve on this?
Go and watch a lot of performers, go and watch a lot of different types of performers and try and learn from all different people. Just learn as much information as you can.
If you're thinking about starting drag, I would say, heck yeah, do it. It's the most fun, and you will be covered in glitter for the rest of your life because it involves a lot of that. And go and buy some rhinestones because rhinestoning is so addictive.
And give it a go. You might like it, you might not, and that's okay either way.
Drag has changed my life in so many ways. It's helped me meet so many incredible people, and it's helped me learn so much about myself as well. Drag really is such an opportunity to play and to connect with parts of you that you might have thought weren't there anymore. Definitely a lot of childlike fun and creativity and interest. So definitely try drag, especially if you're someone that's questioning your gender, because drag really gives you an opportunity to step into the shoes of someone else, whoever that might be and whoever you want to try and be.
Sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I count.
Oh yeah, you like that.
Switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time.